Hi, my name is Chris Barlow. I teach computer science here at Wilson High School. This is my 7th year teaching here at Wilson, my 6th year teaching computer science. Grew up in Montana, I went to school in Southern California, and lived in Portland for about 11 years. Computer science classes, I think they work a little different than how most classes work in a high school. We're really project-based. We're really trying to build problem-solving skills as much as sort of these technical programming skills. So we really want people to collaborate. We want people to work on hard problems that require working together to solve them. So we don't do stuff like independently sit down, turn this homework. We try to do the work all in class. We use a lot of what people call flipped classroom stuff, where hey, I've recorded some videos, and we do short lectures and a lot of one-on-one time or small group time. So the class, if you come into the class, it's usually pretty energetic. It's not like what you might think of being in a computer lab. There's a lot of kids talking to each other, a lot of people collaboratively solving problems. We have the 1-2 class, which is really designed for students that don't have much background at all with computers, or maybe got a late start to it, and it's really a smorgasbord of like, hey, there's a little bit of everything going on in the computer science world. It's intro-level class, elective, lots of freshmen in it, but some sophomores and juniors. The upper-level classes, as we get into 5, 6, and 7, 8, it starts being more about student projects and coming up with something that the students really want to make on their own. And for me, that's the most important thing, because why are we doing this if not to make stuff? And making stuff is something that's really important. It's important to me. I think it's important to how you actually learn stuff and have it stay in your brain for a long time. So when we get into the upper level classes, we do a lot of project management stuff. The kids propose their own projects. They're in charge of managing the projects from start to finish. And my role is to facilitate that process and give them tutorials and problem solve with them. A lot of times people are using technologies I'm not an expert in, so we got to figure it out together, and that figuring out together process is really important to the upper level kids. So there's always been like a computer science class here for basically decades at this point, but it's always been pretty small. So I think the biggest change since I've been here is we sort of opened it up and said, hey, anybody can do this, because I really believe that. Like, I believe that we can get everybody into a 1-2 class or a 3-4 class and make something happen. And especially that 1-2 class, it's just like everybody can get into that class, see what it's about, and decide if it's for them or not. I really want to create opportunities for my students, and I think that technology offers a lot of opportunity to be creative, but also it really has a lot of that wow factor aspect to it, and so kids can do a project that impacts their community, or or impacts a school, or impacts the the world, or whatever it is, and that really gets to be something that they can showcase and they can talk about, and so they can build these portfolios, and that just is so useful in so many ways, whether it's getting a job or applying to school, or just feeling good about themselves and having something to look forward to in the school day. The program itself garners a lot of attention around town. There's a lot of people. I get calls from out of state fairly regularly saying, hey, how can we recreate your program in Utah or Wyoming, or somewhere on the western seaboard, and we're pretty well known around the state as kind of a leader in technology education, and so that's really cool, like that, and that's really a product of just all the awesome stuff the kids have done, because they go out, they do something, they get on the news, or they go to the competition, and everyone's like, I can't believe high school kids made this, and that speaks so well of what Wilson stands for, and how well-rounded these kids are, and I just feel like I'm giving opportunities to people that are already pretty cool. So we take a lot of pride. We're learning because we love to learn. It's not about trying to get this grade to happen and fill in the rubric. It's like, no, pick something that you want to do, and you have all the control over the world to make that happen. So I think that's the best part about computer science here. I think we have amazing students that want to do that kind of stuff, and they got the ambition and the talent, and we just figure out a way to make it happen. So.